Hello there, my name's Tracy Elsom and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in Canada. Today's 30-second solution is my quick tip for adhering vellum to cardstock. This is Stampin' Up's white vellum cardstock. It's a lovely weight of vellum. It's translucent so you can see through it, but the details are slightly obscured, so it creates a really nice effect. Now the problem is the nice thing about this cardstock, this vellum, is the bad thing about this vellum, and that is that when you actually try and stick it to a piece of card, what happens is you can see the adhesive. So on this sample that I've done here, you can see this is a Stampin' Dimensional, this is tear and tape adhesive, there's two mini glue dots in there if you can see those, and that is multi-purpose liquid glue. And probably the best one of the four that I've used here is possibly the mini glue dots, but even so, if I was making a project and suddenly I saw these sort of little round circles through the vellum, it would really disappoint me because it would take away from the rest of the project. So I came up with an idea this morning, and I have no idea why it's only just struck me, but I think I've got a solution. Here is a piece of vellum that I have embossed, and I want to put it onto this card, but I want it to not be obscured. I've got all this detail from the embossing and I don't want it to be obscured by the adhesive. So instead of making a card where I normally start with my card base, then I add my background and then I layer it up from there, I'm going to do it in reverse, and it just makes so much more sense. So I'm going to put the card base aside for the moment, and what I have here is I want this to be a snow scene, so I've cut a little piece of Whisper White card and I want to adhere it to the back of the vellum. Now if I put glue on that piece of Whisper White, you're going to see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just hold it in place there for the moment. So that's roughly where I want it to go. I have an image that I have stamped. This is from the Season Like Christmas stamp set, which is retiring, and that's going to go over the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put my Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this, like that. Let's just chop a little bit off and make a small one just to fit down that tree trunk like that. So there is my tree. Take the backs off the dimensionals and then just holding that in place where I'm going to have that snow. Now I'm going to put the tree in place. So there is my tree. I have a sentiment that I've already created, so I'm going to stick that on there as well. Again, a few dimensionals. In fact, I stamped it once and didn't like it, so I re-stamped it before cutting it out. So there it is. Okay, so that is going to go in there like that. Now that I've got that in place, I can now turn it over and I can see exactly where it's safe to put my adhesive. So I can put some adhesive there where the tree trunk is. I can put some adhesive over the tree and I can put some adhesive there. So now what's going to happen is when I turn that over and put it onto my card, you're not going to see any of that adhesive. But I do want to get this piece of Whisper White card in the right place. So I've got a tiny bit of adhesive just there on the tree trunk. And I'm going to use that just to hold this little piece of Whisper White card in place. So that goes like that. Now I can safely put multi-purpose liquid glue on the back of that white piece. And now when I attach it to the front of my card, press down under the tree, press down on the sentiment, press down there, I have my vellum. Yes, it's not attached here, it's not attached here, but that vellum's not going anywhere. It's firmly attached in the centre here, all round here. So that's my solution. When you're adhering vellum, work it in reverse. Put your embellishments and sentiments and things on the front of the vellum, then turn it over and look through to see exactly where it's safe to put your adhesive, so that when you've completed your project, it won't be noticeable. I hope that's been helpful. And if you'd like to see the completed project for this card with all the tools and materials that I used to create it, you'll find a link to the blog post in the information below. Thanks for watching. Bye.